All right, so the last thing I want to do is make fun of someone, because then they'll be a martyr if they get away a victim if you go in half cocked. So there's a patch. I said you don't want to play with patches because there's like nothing better if you're in a bad position. And believe me, I know this. I've been in one. So insulin, you like inject it, and there's like usually a cord coming from your appendix. There's a different thing called CGN, an abbreviation kind of like that, and it's on the back of your arm. So it's not an enhancement for Plan B. And what this might mean is the difference of what bad filler is. If you just have dialogue as filler, that's really sad, but from a cinematic standpoint, this would be what you want. And I know it's hard to hear right now, so hold on to your britches. We're going to the bridges. So if you've ever seen a gate that wasn't meant to hold a lot of weight, one over there, it's the opposite of a highway gate. You know, they put metal handrail, but then they put the cement drums behind it. If you get closer and closer to a corner, the one that merges this gate, so you would not end up splitting your car in half, you would just get totaled by these cement drums. The opposite of this would be like a wooden flimsy gate, one over there. Probably didn't get a picture of it. Forgive me, my cameraman is on leave. Let that soak in. But you know, a dangerous gate is one that is flimsy. It's just meant for like, for you to see, like a sticker on the ground that says 6 feet. What do they want me to 6 feet under? Isn't that the proclamation of everyone? No, if everyone, since that is a proclamation, imagine if everyone was floating in Emily Rose, their appendix without them being conscious, hovering from the ground, and in the Justin, this guy, he's. And so if I had him on camera and we were closer, then he would have ticketed me. I would have got that on my record permanently. No, but he was smiling at me this morning because he knew that he lied to a sergeant. He cried wolf. I'm stalking him and his family on the sidewalk. See, this time he didn't want to look at me funny and smug because he knew that I was on a crosswalk on sidewalks. That's all I do. Other than stepping foot onto a school zone one time because adults were spray painting a rock, and they're spray painting this town. I had to talk to them real quick. But if you don't know the difference between a boutique and a depot, you'd be sadly mistaken, because one is meant for like high-end clothing or high-end beautification. The other is meant for hands-on hard work. And then that's holograms. If you make that between, so this is what you want to do, not make fun of like things that are unstable, but here's the picture in the purview. A stable gate that is a flimsy one, just meant to be like measured for precaution, like this spray paint. Just is meant for marking. It isn't an actual barricade. In a sauna is small if it's cheap. So a small sauna, it has a flimsy gate over the heating property, and this is a thing to say, don't touch this. And so if the sauna is so small, there's the guy next to you, you're going to be touching the gate when you're on it. If this decline is so significant, that this decline in the sauna is so significant that, oh yeah, echo, there's a point where you can make your voice echo and then you've hit a good tone. That's one notably if you're inside of an area where it recoils, because the echo is a whiplash. And that's important in carrying over fields. The difference between a rogue carriage and a rogue gurney is one meant for a baby, one for anyone else. You don't want to hit a rut or a pothole if they lose control of a gurney, because then you'll be up Schitt's Creek without a paddle. But the recoil, a room that's closed and then closure, if you have an echo effect, it would be imitating the golden ratio, which is a spiral. It has a extra cabin in a corner from it, and diagonals are important because then you can locate it with ease. A dugout loft would be that pit. I fancy it as a gap being housed because the echo hits it and completes the circle of the golden ratio. But back to the flimsy gate, the heat. I didn't have room. There was a guy on the right of me, and then this flimsy gate. So I was just using the flimsy gate to guide myself. But it looked like I was putting all my weight on it because this decline was above 1 foot vertical. And so if you don't use the gate for some guidance, but it looked like I was putting all my weight on it, that's not a good look. And this is the case with diseases because your body, it doesn't grow after you've hit your final height, but these diseases can multiply and seem like they're larger than life. And that's really what the difference is when they talk about these things having a mind of their own. And with my ordeal and smart appliances, how when I say you don't want to play with patches, it's these people who have patches on their arms or appendixes. Even these cochlear implants, they look like a patch when they have like this stickiness abrasion on them. And so when I say this, if you're a person who has a patch on them and you have to apply it every day, it's as though I'm making fun of you when I say you don't want to play with patches. And this is your lowest common denominator, is your best resort. So it's really easy to get canceled in cancel culture on a woke platform if you're talking like I do. But if I don't enhance it, I'm just at square one, then I'm a hypocrite. So in dovetailing that with the boutique and electronics, an electronic depot in a bank, this is something where the bank doesn't update their books. Something in a retail store, I call grocery stores retail because GMO, they put so much filler and crap in food that a grocery store at this point in time is considered just a retail store because you're eating synthesized BS if you're buying store brand or knockoff brand, which is the same thing because they're just distributors. So when you start talking like this and other people are, it's blatantly obvious that it's a retail store is no different than a grocery store. But to have a bank as an electronic boutique when they don't update their books, this is the thing in a grocery and produce, if it's not ran well, they don't update their books and they're backlogged. That's why it dovetails with that. But in dovetailing how the electronic boutique and the bank, they don't update their books on Saturday, Sunday, and on Monday night, depending on what time of the day of Friday or prior days. If there's 3 days to wait or 2, this backlogging can make you go under and have $30 fees be overdrafted as overages. And I didn't want to mention, it's good for now. But we did hit the bridge. We got that part. All right, so long.